Right now, our game creates a problem here, and the buttons don't do anything yet. So let's fix that. Let's first off make the buttons all have answers written in here. Okay, so to do that, we are going to create a script in our scripts folder. Remember, it's in here. And we're going to create a script, and we're going to call this script answer buttons, or answer button. Answer button. Okay? So this answer button is going to, we're going to attach it to all four of these buttons. And then we are going to write some functions in there to tell it what numbers to put in here. So there's a lot of different ways to do this. I'm going to select all these buttons at the same time. You could do it one at a time if you wanted to. If I hit these little triangles, I could kind of move these up out of the way, and I could hit add component. So there's a couple different ways. You could hit add component and start typing answer button. Okay, that's convenient. Or you could drag this right here into this empty space. So I'm just going to click answer button, and you'll notice, let's double check. On button 1, it's there, 2, 3, and 4. Answer button went on all of those. I could have individually attached them and then went to the other one, but there's different ways of doing things. Okay, now we're going to have this, let's open this up and start coding some things in here. Okay, the first thing we're going to need to do is tell it that we're going to use, we're going to be using TMP Pro. They actually just write TM Pro, Text Mesh Pro. And then the first thing we're going to do is we're going to write a function in here. Just hit return and say public. You have to make it a public void so other code can get to this. And we're going to say write correct int. Correct int for integer. Okay? And then we're going to need to know what number to put in there. And so you have to say we're going to deal with an integer. You put this in here. This is like a little coding convention that you have to know about. So you say what kind of, in these parentheses, you can put stuff in here. You could tell the function to happen and do something with this thing in the parentheses. You don't have to code this way, but it's a convenient way to get things done. And we're going to call it you could make any name right here. I'm going to say it's the correct answer. And then I have an open and curly bracket, and we're going to say what we could make happen in here. Now, we're going to affect its text box. So we need, inside this public class, we need to add a variable here called public. And we're going to say, I think we did this in the last tutorial, Text Mesh Pro GUI. And we're going to call this answer text because that's the answer that's going to be inside of the button. And then we need an integer. I'm just thinking ahead. And I know that we're going to need an integer. And this is how you write the computer in C#. You just write int, and then it knows it's an integer. And then we're going to make a variable, and I'm going to call this my number. It's the button's number. It's my number for this. Every single button that has this, it'll be unique to those individual buttons. Okay, so when we say write correct integer, we are going to say, we're going to say our answer text, which we'll set that in a second. Just follow along for a bit. And then you have to write dot text this is going to be the name of this thing here. And then when we say dot text, it's kind of redundant. It's saying get its text field. And then we are going to write the correct answer, which is an integer. Now, text boxes can't be told to just write integers. You have to convert it to what's known as a string. It's basically like a word. Okay, so you can take the number and convert it into a string because that's what text boxes deal with. And then you're going to say my number equals the correct answer. Now, this isn't necessarily actually for this step. I'm thinking ahead because later when we click this button, we're going to have a function that says send this to the thing that grades my answer. So we're gonna populate this thing with the answer text. It's not going to happen yet. We're going to have to, we're from this math level, we're going to tell it to do that. I didn't mean to click back over here, but this is fine. Okay, so in button 1, okay, you will see that we have this answer text field. We have to individually do this now. We have to drag, we open this up, and when we have the button 1 selected, we drag its text box into there. Okay, so this is going to be a little bit of like mundane work. You click each button and drag the text field into each button field. Okay? Okay, that's a little boring maybe. Some of you might think it's actually really fun, but that's how it works. Okay, and then I'm going to save this. Command S on my keyboard. Okay, now nothing's going to happen yet. But what's cool is, so see, the text didn't change. But from, now remember in the last set of tutorials on the scripts, we have this math level 1 script. This script is going to talk to each one of these buttons, and it's going to tell it to write the correct answer. So let me see. An answer button, we had this thing that says write the correct int. This function hasn't been called yet. We're going to actually call it from here. Okay? So we're going to say, all you buttons, do this. Okay, so now we're going to need to know how to access the buttons. So we're going to have to write public game object, and then we're going to go button 1, and we're going to just go ahead and copy this to and paste this to do all 4 buttons. Okay, 2, 3, 4 buttons, right? And then we're going to create a function that says buttons, write the correct answer. And how about this? How about this? To shorten this video, we will just, I'll just give you, we're going to change this later, but just, I don't want to make the video too long and have you get lost. So I'll just write, I'll say button 1 dot, and then we need to get its component that says answer button. And then we put these little parentheses, and then we could tell it to do its function, which was, what did we say it was? We called it write correct integer, and then we have to put in an integer here, and we know what the integer is. It's the, wait, where's the answer? Where is the correct answer? Hey, did we calculate the correct answer yet? Where is the correct? In range math range, the question is, we need to decide what the correct answer is, right? So we had created this variable, correct answer equals number A plus number B. Okay, and then we're going to pass that correct answer into here. So let me, so we generated a problem. We got the A value, the B value. We add them together and say that's what this correct answer is. And we created this integer before. I guess I was thinking ahead. And then now button 1, you're going to tell it to put this correct answer. You're sending this, you're telling button 1, get this component, which is this script, and we're going to tell it to write the correct integer. And in this right here, it says, tell your text to write the integer in there. Okay? And so let's save this. Now, we have these slots here, button 1, 2, 3, and 4, right? And so in this script, you will see those pop up now, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And all we have to do is drag button 1 into there for now. And when I push play, if this works out, button 1 should write the correct answer. It did. Okay, let's just put that to the test one more time. And just for the heck of it, just for trying it out, let's say button 2 do the same thing. I'm going to copy paste this, and these will be deleted. We're going to rewrite this next tutorial, But for now it'll throw an error. Let me just show you something. If I push play, it's going to break because I did not do what? I did not drag the button 2 into the field yet. So I click scripts, drag button 2 into there, and now when I push play, both 1 and 2 get the correct answer. Okay? In the next tutorial, we'll mix it up so only one of these gets the correct answer and then the other 3 buttons get wrong answers. Okay? So go ahead. I know it's a little bit tough setting up, but I think you'll get through it. And go ahead and have fun. Have fun.